Hi, my name's Manuel and welcome to my little session on parallel line relationships. So firstly I would talk to the students about relationships. What do you need for a relationship? Most of them would obviously say that you need a boy and a girl or two people, and that's correct. And in this case we need two angles. Okay, so first of all I'd often take this activity outside, and on the pavement here I've got painted up a set of parallel lines and a transversal line. So I usually start with co-interior, and I usually say, alright, co-interior, we've got a boy and a girl inside on the interior of a car, And so that's why I say co-interior. They're different, they're not the same angles because a boy and a girl are different. So because they're different, they're not the same, but they do add up to 180 degrees. Then I look at alternate angles. Alternate, I usually say alternate means on the opposite side of the transversal line. So it's like an alternator, it cuts in and out either side. So yeah, usually say that. And then the last one is corresponding, which is one inside of the parallel lines and one outside of the parallel lines, but it's on the same side of the transversal. So once we go through a bit of explanation of that and kids standing in spots, we have a little bit of a game. And I just get the kids to, in pairs, I'd usually say alternate angles, and then they've got to try and go and run in the correct spot. So one would stand here and one would stand there. And then, yeah, so I do that for a number of times and they really enjoy the concept. Then later on I would develop the idea of why is parallel lines significant to us? What's it useful for? Well, if we were to go bushwalking in the Blue Mountains, for instance, we might say, all right, we've got a compass and we might set off into the bush and walk for 1 kilometre. Okay, well the beauty about a compass is we have a north bearing, okay, and we can draw that north bearing in from our origin where we started. Now if we walked for 1 kilometre on a bearing of 70 degrees, we get to a certain point. Now I usually say to the point kids, all right, how do we get home from this point? We need a bearing. Well, that's the beauty about parallel line relationships. I can take a north from this point, and those two norths create a set of parallel lines. The path we walked is our transversal, so I usually say, all right kids, from the north we go around till we hit that line. That's our bearing we've got to find. What do we know? We know from our parallel lines we can find this one here, which is co-interior. So that's 110 degrees because they've got to add up to 180. Therefore, angles at a point of 360, we can minus that and get 250 degrees. Whoops, ran out of chalk. 250 degrees as our answer. I'd do that as a group activity. A number of kids would have a number of these set up and they'd have to explain their answer at the end of it. Thanks for your time and our little session on parallel line relationships. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.